You know it's super fly when Day Bar is opened. Hip-hop review, news, plus breaking new artists, pop culture, current events with an urban view of it. This is all things hip-hop, delivered raw, unpolitically correct, the fans' perspective, putting all artists in check. Dope content, current hot by remarkable men. Our thoughts, clearly. Welcome to Audio Theory.
Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory podcast. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. What's good, Danny? How have you been?
I've been good, man. Been good. This week hasn't been as draining. I know it's only Wednesday, but it still feels like it's kind of getting the drowning at work is less and less, which is nice. But besides that, can't complain, man. Taking it super easy on the weekends. This may sound like a super convenient thing for me to say because I'm in Florida and it might sound like bitchy, but dude, I laid out by the pool on Sunday and I was, why am I so exhausted? I was exhausted on Monday. Dude, like being in the sun too long really is a thing, bro. That shit is draining, dog. Like, have you ever, like, I was just like, bro, I had like one glass of Prosecco. Like, why the fuck, literally, I'm like yawning all day Monday. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? I'm like, all I did was lay out by the pool, bro. It was like 95 degrees. And we were there for like 3 hours, so it kind of made sense.
Yeah, no, the combination of alcohol in the sun,
bro. But barely. I'm telling you, I've been like not drinking in June, like barely any alcohol. So like it really was just like the sun beating down on me for like 2.5 hours.
What's barely for you though? For some people, that's like 5 drinks.
No, dude. Like, so I'm really trying to cut back, trying to like hit a couple goals before the summer's over. So I had like maybe 2 to 3 glasses of Prosecco. So like that really shouldn't like fucking knock me out and like make me feel so exhausted.
Yeah. I mean, so I did a brunch when my friends came to visit for Memorial Day and I had, I think 3 glasses of champagne, but even that was enough to like put me in a nappy kind of mood. Yeah. I don't know what it is about champagne and shit and like wine, but it always makes me tired.
Fair. Maybe it was that, dude, but I really think it was the sun, bro, because I remember one moment I was like, ooh, it's fucking hot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, what is happening? But besides that, man, that was the highlight, taking it super easy. Really trying to make June become like a, not like a detox of anything really, but just more like, like it's halfway point of the year, bro. Like I had all these goals written. Where am I at? Am I pacing? Physically, mentally, emotionally, all that shit. So using June to take it easy on the alcohol is like that doesn't like play a part in like kind of like deviating me off my track. But how about you, bro? Like obviously I know you're back home, you're in LA for the weekend. I know this weekend had to be emotional because you had Rezo's celebration of life. How was that entire experience, man? If you want to touch on that, because obviously I know like it's not like this happened last week. Right. So like, like how was you think that helped you having like almost 6 months to kind of take it all in and then finally doing it?
Yeah, I think so. So for those who don't know, I'm actually in LA right now, hence the artificial background. But
your arm keeps missing.
Yeah, I know my arm's missing, like the fucking mic's floating, my hair is a perfect circle. But yeah, I drove down to LA Friday. And to be honest, I was kind of like dreading the event in a way, or was just nervous because I didn't know emotionally how I was gonna react. I knew it would be a great time because a lot of family members I hadn't seen in a minute were gonna attend, so that was exciting. And the event was held in Malibu, which of course for people who've never been to California or know anything about it, it's kind of like a secluded area on the coast with lots of mountains and beaches. So this was held like deep in the mountains. Like if you were gonna Uber Eats something to that house, that shit would be like $150
at least. Like just one way. It might charge you for the way back.
Yeah. So super high up. Unfortunately, pretty chilly. But it was dope. Again, I saw a ton of family members, a ton of old friends of my brother and my brother Kai and my brother Rezo. So they were close in age and grew up together, went to the same schools and everything. So they had a lot of mutual friends. Alchemist was actually there.
Oh, that's dope.
So that was dope. So a lot of his homies came through to celebrate his life. It was definitely a more celebratory event. It wasn't, very somber and like depressing, thankfully. And I know he would have wanted us to celebrate. So
Nice.
we had some like cool hip hop going in the background, Wu-Tang, all kinds of stuff, drinks, some bomb Mexican food. So it was a really nice event. Started off like more cheerful, and then once things settled down and it officially started, obviously the emotions just like flooded in.
Sure.
And heard some really cool stories from his friends that had nothing but good things to say about him. And the gist of it was like he was just a down ass artist and creative person. And just based on knowing him, like everyone's like, this wasn't the kind of guy that was attempting to live till 100 years old and kind of conform to society and live
Sure.
by those standards. Like he was a creative and like very clear on the way he wanted to live, and he lived his life to the fullest in those years, even though relatively short compared to the average person. And it was just kind of nice to cry and be around my brothers and the rest of my family and send them off in good vibes. You saw like the Dove clip where my mom sent that off, so that was
she
nice
the only one who did
touch.
that? Like, was that on purpose, or did everyone do it?
She was the only one who did it.
That's beautiful, though. That's amazing. Yeah.
It was amazing. It was kind of funny before she did that, because my brother kept yelling like, "Yo, Birdman, Birdman!" And I in my mind, I don't know why, I was thinking of like the actual Birdman. And I was.
Oh, you weren't thinking about like the dude from Cash Money?
Yeah, I was thinking about the dude from Cash Money.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, and then I was thinking about I knew he was referring to like a bird at some point. Thought maybe he had a friend, his last name was Birdie or some shit. I had no idea what was going on, but then they pulled out the Dove and I was like, oh, like that makes sense. But yeah, we had that towards the end, and then we did this celebratory thing with umbrellas. I forget, it's like a New Orleans thing, I want to say, but we kind of like marched in a circle and danced to this older celebratory song.
Okay.
That's kind of how we finished it off. Everyone kind of parted ways after that. A ton of like nice pictures and everything. But
that's awesome, dude.
Overall, a super, super memorable event.
Nice, man. So yeah, so clearly like it helped that it was like maybe 4 or 5 months after it happening.
Yeah, I think so. We had time to like digest and think about everything, rather than diving right in like a week later, which is can be emotionally draining for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so that's why I was happy for you, bro. Because I was in a similar boat when my mom passed. So like, yeah, so we had the burial like a week after, right? So like, bro, like literally the worst moment besides when I got the news was like seeing the casket go down. Like that shit, bro. Like I was just like, if you saw me beside, like if you didn't see me at a funeral, but you saw the face I made, like I was just like I didn't know what to do. Like it wasn't even tears, but like inside I was like, bro, there's no way this is happening. You know what I mean? Because that shit is final, right? Like, bro, you're like you and the listeners, but I told my aunt this. Like when I was at the viewing, because we had 2 days of a viewing and then like the funeral on the third day, the burial on the third day. Like when I first saw my mom, obviously I was in tears, blah, blah, blah. But like every day I would go and like kneel next to her and like talk to her. And like on the second day, which was the second last day, whatever, I was like, listen, if you would have like stopped doing this and just wake up now, that'd be fucking great, because like, it's over, right? So like, even in that moment, I was able to like crack a joke and like, something, bro, like seeing that, like that day of like driving behind the hearse, having them set up, throwing the flowers, like, bro, that shit was awful. Was similar to you. Where I really was able to celebrate her life was at her birthday, which was like 5 months later. And that's when we had like, full party, music going, beautiful words being said, like, cause we had time to digest it. And so I wonder like if for people listening, or maybe that's, God, we're going to be in this situation in the future, hopefully, God willing, no time soon. Maybe that's the thing to do, right? Like, yeah, you have to respect them and bury them or cremate them, but maybe you wait 2 or 3 months before you actually have a celebration of life because like, you know, like you have like people need time to properly digest, because that first week or 2 weeks after, like it's just, no matter how positive you are and you can look at this from different perspectives, like it's just so sad. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then because I remember like I even felt guilty. Like I even asked my aunt, because I had to give a speech right before they lowered the casket. And I'm like, damn, do you think that was even a good enough speech? That's like, bro, like who gives a fuck? You know, like how emotionally fucked I am? Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't even know what good sounds like. So
yeah.
But I'm saying like it sucks that I even had to think that, because I gave a great speech, you know, for her birthday. But because I had time, I already had 5 months to process everything, you know, retroactively and thinking ahead. So
yeah, no, definitely agree with that. Yeah, and I think just on that note, like I learned that there really is no like right or wrong way to grieve or handle these situations. It's just such a tricky thing. There's no rule book to like, unless the person before they go lays out and they're like, yo, I want you to say this and have this music. Like there's no guide to it. And I think
I'm gonna do that, by the way. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna need to play Penguins the first 5 minutes, and then play Niggas in Paris the next 10 minutes over and over again.
Yeah. When I was there, I was like, damn, this is dope, because the music they were playing was like shit he would have wanted to listen to, and it got me thinking. I'm like, shit, should I work on my playlist right now? But hopefully the songs will be outdated by the time
and then the outro song for my celebration of life is gonna be "What's Next" by Drake. It's just like everybody like
yeah, that would be dope as hell. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that.
We're just fucking around. Like, we're just making jokes here. But man, I'm glad, dude, because it looked beautiful. I appreciate you sending me the video when that happens. That was a beautiful moment for sure. I mean, it's so comforting for the soul. Again, I don't know why, I mean, obviously I know why, because I care about you, but I always think about your mom in this situation, right? Because again, like this is not, you were always gonna lose a brother. I was always gonna lose my mom at some point, but just like the way it's not meant to happen for her to deal with this. So like, it was beautiful just to see her so like not happy, but just like at peace almost. And like the dove was just almost like the perfect symbolism for just like, and I feel like people seeing her at peace lets them know like, oh, if she's this strong, I know I can be as strong.
Yeah, that was exactly where my nerves came from, was looking at her and even my other brothers and seeing how strong they were. It helped keep me at peace, because if they all quote unquote like emotionally fell apart, I would have probably done the same. So I'm glad everyone stuck to the whole celebratory tone of it and stayed positive.
100%, man. So glad it went well, bro. Rest in peace to him. And I'm sure him and my mom were talking about how much of a simps we are, and they had nothing to do with that. So
and if they are watching it, like and subscribe, please.
Like and subscribe, please. That counts double from up there. All right, man. So that's great. I think the other big thing musically that we should probably get into, is probably the name of the episode too, is No Voice, No Hero. Lil Baby and Lil Durk dropped, I guess it was collaboration album, just the proper phrase. Your thoughts on it? I think it's called Voice of the Heroes or Voice of Heroes.
Voice of the Heroes, I want to say.
Yeah, Voice of the Heroes, right? Man, your thoughts on it, bro? Because I was eager to listen to it. The first thing I did when I woke up Friday was put it on at the gym, and honestly, bro, it wasn't it for me. So I just wanted to hear your perspective, if you've been able to take it all in.
Yeah, I did listen to it. Honestly, I wasn't eager to listen to it just because I'm not a big Lil Baby and Durk fan. I know they're great artists. Obviously, they wouldn't be this popular if they weren't. But for some reason, I just can't, like, their music doesn't hit for me for some reason. In most cases, like when Lil Baby does like features on J. Cole and stuff, I'm like, this is amazing. But for some reason, I feel like the production with him and Durk is so like repetitive that it's like that fast, I don't know how to describe it, that fast like piano beat that they have in every track, it seemed like on that album. Like that shit for me just gets old pretty quickly, and it just, I feel like it's the same old same from them. Not, it's unique, but it's the same old same shit from them over and over, as far as I can hear. So yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of it. I can't say it was trash, but it wasn't as epic as, you know, the title suggests, or as people were making it out to be.
Yeah, dude, I would, again, I think we've come to the realization, you being an artist and us interviewing artists, again, which we will do more of, people, so calm your tits. I think we would never call anything trash, but I think the word you used was epic, right? I think people expect, when they do these fucking collaborations, bro, we expect greatness on every fucking track, right? And that's just, bro, it wasn't that, bro. I really wish that people, like, once you're in the studio with the other artists, would just like have the right people around them and say, guys, like, I appreciate what you're trying to do. This isn't it, bro. Because I feel like they needed that person. Because, bro, this is 18 songs of, and I'm just like, bro, what are we? There's a couple songs, but like, again, this is not like me shitting on it. Like, I'm sure some people liked it, but bro, dude, I could barely get through it. Yo, I was just like, if I didn't do this podcast, bro, there's a good chance I would have stopped listening after like 3 or 4 tracks. But I'm like, bro, I gotta have I gotta be true to the fucking process, like listen to the whole thing. But bro, like, dude, there's one hook that Durk is like, I'm the voice and he's the hero. I'm like, bro, who wrote this, dog? Like, this is some like children lyrics, bro. So yeah, man, like, again, a lot of people don't get this right. Again, people try all the time, which I appreciate because they know that's what the fucking like the fans want. But really, dude, besides like Future and Drake and Kanye, Jay-Z and R. Kelly, like, bro, there's a handful of time this shit actually works, bro. Like, and if you're gonna try it, bro, it doesn't have to be this many songs. Like, dude, try 5 songs that it makes sense. Like, yo, let's just talk about this because that's who we are. Like, or even Future and Juice WRLD, that shit didn't work. And those are 2 legends. Like, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to him. Like, bro, I really wish, like, my biggest
takeaway. And the Uzi
takeaway,
Future.
Yes, bro. Like, that, dude, you couldn't name me one song from that Uzi Future album, like, right now.
No. I heard one the other day and it was all right, but not enough for me to remember the name.
All right, bro, but those are fucking epic names, right? So I get it, like, on paper, like, this should be the greatest thing ever. And we expect that, bro, but yeah, it didn't come close, dude. So I really hope this is like almost like an example to like other artists who are thinking about this shit. Like, bro, let's just stick to a couple of features here and there. Because if you're gonna come for deliver a collab, bro, that shit has to be a collab that makes sense. Because a lot of this shit like just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, same. And it's always weird critiquing these artists, like, if you make your own music, because I think people automatically go to like, well, your comparisons and think, you know, your music's not as good as theirs, or they're selling out more than you and shit, which is obviously true. But when I look at them, I compare them essentially to themselves and like
100%.
the peers that are in their tier or whatever.
They set their own bar.
This lived up to it. Yeah, they sent their own bar, and I just didn't think it lived up to the hype, like, at all, really. A couple good tracks, but that was pretty much it for me.
Yeah, and the comments were wild, bro. I'm glad people were keeping it like a buck, because the comments were like, bro, come on. Like, yo, this is not it. This is not it, bro. And I think they can even kind of, like, if you're on, because I follow Baby, but I checked out Durk's page as well. Like even they're not promoting this shit that aggressively, because I think they were like, ooh, this wasn't it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And granted, Durk's dealing with some other shit, so he probably feels weird.
Yeah, 100%. And we'll get into that, man. Let's get into that now. Again, be your own guy. We told you what we think, but please go check out the album for yourself. Like, we're not hating on it, but I think Blair, the word epic is what we were expecting, and it wasn't anywhere near that. But yeah, so let the people know what Durk and his family are dealing with again, which seems like a recurrent event for Chicago rappers.
Yeah, so Durk's, I want to say his older brother D-Thang was shot and killed at a nightclub in Chicago. Some altercation took place and he was shot in the head. Clearly he passed away, which is unfortunate. So heart goes out to him. This is obviously not the first time he's lost someone. It damn near seems like he lost 20 people at this point in his life. So I know he's going through some shit. I don't know. He has to be numb to it as well, but I'm sure the pain never truly goes away. It's just more so him probably, I don't know if he self-medicates or it festers into like a vengeful state or what, but I know he's going through something, and that's what I was saying with this album. Maybe there's less of a focus on that now because he lost a close family member. But I don't know like who to blame other than just the cycle of gang violence. I assume that's what took place. I feel like these artists really just need to get
Is his brother
out of Chicago.
Is his brother part of his TF? Like, is he also a rapper?
I don't think he's a rapper. I think he's probably part of the same clique.
Gotcha.
And even if he isn't, he's still affiliated just by being a family member to him. So
Gotcha.
I'm sure people in Chicago know exactly.
Oh yeah. They know whoever did that. There's not mistaken. He also looks like he's like my height, like 6'6" or something, and like a bigger dude.
Yeah, and if you're that big and your brother's a superstar, you're not gonna let anybody, talk down to you or threaten you in any way. So
yeah, man, it's just sad, bro. Like that's like my biggest thing. Like I don't even know, like I don't know who's to blame. Clearly, like more information will come out. I mean, or maybe not, because obviously this is the same circle of people that deem like talking to any kind of like police is like the worst thing in the world, right? So maybe we don't even get more information, but it's just sad, bro. Like, and it just because it seems so repetitive. You feel for Durk's family, you feel for the mother of the mom in the situation, but it just keeps what we've been saying since Nipsey died 2 years ago, bro. Which it's just like there's like just a lack of respect for human life. You know what I mean? Like people are just like thinking like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like people die every day, bro. What the fuck's the big deal? And it's like, bro, what? That's like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, So that's the wild thing, man. Like just I get the whole thing like YOLO, but I mean that concept I feel is being taken completely out of context because, bro, you only have one life. So you should really try to live to your fucking fullest, but also not put yourself in situations where like shit like this could even be like an occurrence.
For sure. And I know some people were pointing to the fact that, Durk and other rappers, name drop their dead ops and stuff in songs and saying that essentially that contributes to, this repetitive cycle of gang violence and stuff. And I don't think this situation had to do with it, but I do think it is pretty disturbing that a lot of like the recent music, not even just Chicago drill, but like I'm sure New York drill and UK drill and even Florida like drill songs that I've heard will mention dead ops. They'll go to their grave sites and everything, and it's
wild.
And these songs are just being celebrated, and like people are shouting the lyrics at the club and stuff because they don't care. They don't know who these people are, but it's wild that it gets like radio spins and DJ spins, and it's like literally about people that were murdered.
People, and they're making millions off YouTube clicks, right? So dude, which is funny. So kind of like the fact that it's being celebrated. So today on June 9th is Kanye's 44th birthday, or maybe it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, but he just celebrated. He just celebrated his birthday. Out to him. There was like an interview that someone posted, man, and this was like when he was like full on Jesus is King, that album mode, but like also letting people know like we may be slaves to like certain things, bro. But there was one thing he said that like really like stuck with me, that he was like, bro, like I guess he was being accused of like turning his back to the hood, right? And he's like, bro, I turned my entire back to the hood because what the fuck am I meant to do? Like kill people and then rap about it, and I'm more concerned with buying a car and expensive alcohol. Like that's what the fuck I need to be doing. But because I want to buy land and property and get the fuck out of a terrible situation, I'm the idiot. Like we're meant to like just listen to these people like kill people and talk about it, and we're meant to buy that. Like the fuck. So like that, like again, sometimes like we see his overall persona and we're so quick to like, this motherfucker's crazy, like get him back on his meds. But like, bro, like if you really decipher a lot of this shit, which again, kind of to our point about like the celebration of life, kind of let shit play itself out and then just kind of go back and like analyze it. Like, bro, I feel like if we went back to hear a lot of Kanye shit, especially about like the slave mentality, I don't really think he's actually talking about like slaves like in a cotton field, bro. Right. I think he's actually talking about like, yo, we're being fucking mind fucked to think a certain way, and like we can clearly just change if we make a choice, right? So it's fun because he mentioned that exactly that. He's like, bro, like you guys are listening to fucking music about people killing each other and then want to go live a normal life. Like that's not possible. You know what I mean? Like your brain is getting fucked by listening to that shit.
Exactly. That actually reminds me of I was listening to the Kanye song Ego Death with Ty Dolla $ign and Skrillex, I think.
Yep.
And the line that always hits me is when he says artists can't perform at Super Bowl, but it's okay for the players. And I always thought that was hypocritical to, like, not him, but for people to think that way. Because it's wild that people would get upset at like Travis Scott or whoever it was that performed during that whole protest against the police and kneeling and stuff. But then when it comes to the players actually playing the game, it's fine for them to just continue doing that. It's like, well, what are we really fighting for then? Like, are we just picking and choosing who to be mad at? So I think Kanye does say a lot of things that just go over people's heads.
100%.
And it just proves that people aren't even paying attention to this murder music either. They just hear a hot beat, some lyrics, and then that's it.
Right, but think about it, dude. Like, we're literally putting this shit in our ears and like going about like a normal day, thinking like, yo, there's no way subconsciously that shit can't like seep in and just fuck with you in some way. Like, obviously, I'm not a fucking like, I don't know, scientist. I don't fucking know, but there's no way, bro. Like, it's the same way. Like, if you like are constantly speaking about a fucking negative things come into your life, right? Like, you inevitably start thinking negatively. Like, bro, there's no way you're hearing fucking aggressive murder music that you're just not like, yeah, you know, he could die. That's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's just wild. And I think that we're just so used to that being the norm that we just go about, yeah, not a big deal. Fucking fire track, bro. He killed like 10 people in that fucking song. Sick.
Yeah, that's like my huge dilemma with like Pop Smoke, and I don't think Nipsey really talked about it too much at all, but like Pop Smoke and some of the other guys, it's like, even that one song, is it Christopher Walking or something?
Just, again, we both said like one of our favorite Pop Smoke songs.
Yeah, and it's eerie because that's like literally kind of how he died, is the lyrics he's repeating in the song. And obviously he doesn't deserve to die just because that's the music he makes. It's more so like this energy that we're bringing upon ourselves. Granted, he probably would have, I mean, if that's the life he chose, like music or not, that's what comes with gang life. It's not like we ban hip hop tomorrow and all of a sudden motherfuckers are growing gardens and shit.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And it's funny because even you go back to that song, like, but again, that song, like, it's so catchy and so well done, but the lyrics are literally like, yo, meet me outside, no one's outside. You know what I mean? Catch, like, yo, like, he's like, I'm outside, bro, like, ready to fucking go. Like, bro, I've seen people on the gram, or like even like when I walk through the Bronx, like listening to that shit, and then legit post an IG live of them like on like an ops neighborhood block. I'm outside, bro. Like, what's good? You know what I mean? Like, I've seen that shit. So like even that, like, so like innocent, like catchy song can lead to people thinking like hyped up in a way, like, yeah, bro, outside,
like,
bro,
that's how I should handle my problems type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, people will underestimate the power of music, and honestly, they just don't want to be. Nobody wants to admit that they're a hypocrite, so we're just gonna deny it all day, every day. Oh, it's just music. It's the reality of life and this and that. Instead of being like, yo, this shit can actually be poisonous to our minds.
100%, dude. Or they think they have the power to say that's just music. It's not real. I can still go about my thing. Kudos to you, bro. But I feel like if you keep putting yourself in, like, again, toxic environment, both like mentally and physically, the shit's gonna catch up with you eventually, bro. So again, rest in peace to Durk's brother. I know he's going through it, I'm sure. So hopefully he comes out of it stronger on the other side. But we'll keep the episode going. Dude, kind of a weird situation. I know we never talk sports, but somehow or some way we were all duped into either ordering, or thank God to you send me the link, the Mayweather and Jake Paul, right? Or is Logan?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. See, I didn't just get two white dudes. They all look alike to me. The Logan Paul fight. It went the full 8 rounds. People are saying that Mayweather kind of knocked him out, but like try to help, like keep on his feet. Which personally, like, bro, like, I'm a big dude, bro. So when I get drunk and like people try to help me up, they're like collapsing, bro. So like the idea that he tried to like he's fucking like 140 pounds and this dude's 200 pounds and he's just like, I don't see it happening.
Right.
He definitely caught him nice though. So your thoughts on the fight? I mean, I watched it. Your thoughts on the overall experience? That night.
Definitely disappointing. I will give Logan Paul credit. Like, obviously Mayweather's like supposed to be the greatest boxer of our time or whatever. And he held his own. It wasn't like a clear cut, oh damn, Floyd just destroyed him type of thing. But at the same time, Floyd dodged like a ton of his shots. But Logan Paul, it's not like Logan Paul was knocked out in like one round or anything. So.
Yeah. But he did but Logan got touched, bro.
Yeah,
like his face was
sure.
doing some weird ass, he was getting popped, bro. Like,
and it was impressive that Mayweather went against someone that much bigger than him, because like he looked like a midget compared to Logan Paul.
Like I know Jake is jacked, right? But he's also like a little bit shorter. Like Logan is fucking 6'1" and shredded, bro. Like, so I was like, damn, like he looked physically imposing in the ring.
Yeah. And remember when like for a good 10 seconds, Logan was just swinging and trying to hit him like anywhere he could. Yeah. And everyone was cheering because they thought like he might actually do something. But Floyd just had his hands up and like,
bro, he was like,
took
bro,
every punch like it was
every
nothing.
day in the fucking practice ring. Yeah.
So once I saw that wasn't effective, I'm like, all right, Floyd's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, it's similar to what happened. Again, I'm not a boxing purist, but just being from Hispanic culture, like it's always been on, you know what I mean? Like any major fight, like I would always be around it.
Yeah.
So my issue with this is similar to the McGregor Mayweather fight. Like, bro, like even that one was 8 rounds. Like it shouldn't have gone 8 rounds. Like Floyd could have easily knocked that motherfucker out, but he's trying to give people their money worth. Like, I don't want to make this like a 2-round fight. Dude,
right.
Same thing with this, bro. Like, yes, he's older. He might have been a little bit slower. But, bro, the way he was catching Logan whenever he felt like he wanted to. Yeah, but, to Logan's credit, he did catch Mayweather with a fucking aggressive hit to the face.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, Mayweather's been boxing for 25 years. That's probably happened, like, 2 other times. So, kudos to him for that. And maybe that's the reason why, like, my next point is, like, he didn't want to get too close to Logan. Like, I'm not about to get knocked out by this fucking white boy. But, bro, like, I know he knew, he could have knocked him out whenever the fuck he wanted. And I'm like, bro, you should have fucking done that, bro. Like, get him on his knees once, let people know. But again, it's a money grab. I get it, man. Like, he probably made like $100 million off the fight or something stupid. But I just feel like, bro, like, there's no need to, like, people already paid for the fight. So, like, why do you care about, like, just fucking dominate, bro? Like, you can dominate. You're the only boxer in that ring. Like, knock his ass out. So that was the only part. I was like, bro, come on, man. Like, why are you dodging everything, bro? Like, he's not going to connect anything that's going to actually hurt you. Like, so especially after that first round, when he's like fucking Tasmanian devil, and he's just like eating me, like, bro, like, is that all you got? Like, what are we doing here? So that's like my only push. Like, I'm like, bro, there was no need for that to be the 8 round. You could have ended that shit in 3 or 4 if you wanted to.
Yeah, I was hoping for a KO too. And I heard they actually, Showtime, was it reimbursed people, or they're planning a reimbursement for
I think it was a reimbursement, though, not because like if you called and say, oh, this fight is trash. I think the stream went down for like a large portion of the country.
Typical clickbait ass titles then, because you would think that it was like, oh, the fight was trash and that's why.
I could be wrong, but from what I heard, it was because right when the stream started, it would shut down because so many people were like ordering day of. So that's what it was.
Got it. Well, either way, I think at least everyone I knew, I'm pretty sure, didn't watch it by paying for it. So
yeah, dude. And my thing, first of all, like, it should have been on a Sunday. Like, what are we thinking here? Like, bro, why the fuck? Unless like it's like a Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend, like, people work Monday, bro. So like, you got me up till midnight watching this fucking not even a fight kind of a thing. And bro, like, it was honestly entertaining just watching like celebrities' IG lives who were there, because you could hear people booing. Like, bro, shit. Fight, bro. Like, what are you doing? Fight. You know what I mean? It's like, there were so many points that were just hugging and like dancing the whole time. So like, yeah, dude, like there was like, I think on Blueface Live, like you could vividly hear people just booing this shit. Like, we paid how much to come here? What's this? Like, so yeah, that's my other thing.
Very many good moments.
No, not at all.
Disappointing. And I feel like now at this point, like, I don't think this whole tactic is going to work with any of these other fighters, like whether it's Jake and McGregor or whoever, like that. Cool. Yeah, I think people are over with this whole freak show at this point. I don't see Jake fighting anybody else and it becoming this big debacle or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I don't think that's the case, bro, because I know that because now people are already intrigued with Jake's next fight, bro, because he's fighting a legit UFC fighter, like former champion. So if that fight's close, I think people will keep buying into it, bro, to be perfectly honest. But what I do believe, bro, like, I don't think Mayweather fights the other Paul brother.
No.
I think he realized, like, yeah, I could have fucked this dude up, but I really wasn't myself. You know what I mean? At some point, you become the 44-year-old guy going up against, mid-20 or like 20-year-olds who, like, even though they're not obviously as skilled as you, they might be quicker than you. So it's like, do I really, even if I win, but it's close, people can still say I lost. So, like, again, if he wants the money, he'll take the bag.
Yeah, if it's a fat check, maybe.
Yeah, but dude, I don't even know his finances, bro, because that motherfucker, he gets paid, but he has an expensive fucking life, bro. So there's a good chance that he also might be living paycheck to paycheck. So I don't know, but I don't know. From the way that fight played out, because again, from what I've seen, Jake seems to be the far superior fighter. So I don't see him going in the ring with someone bigger than fucking Logan. Yeah, like, I don't know, bro. Like, again, I think he'll win, obviously. Like, I'm not fucking saying, like, Jake's gonna beat him. But if it even is, like, debatable, then it almost, like, it becomes an L in a kind of way.
Yeah, I think it becomes an L for sure. I don't see him having the need to do it unless he really desperately needs, like, 50, 100 million or whatever the payout is. And
right.
I don't think it's gonna draw, like, this. If this crowd had a hard time being drawn in, I don't see people having any reason to want to tune into that. Like, it's over with. It's like the Tekashi shit. This isn't gonna be fun anymore. We already were excited.
That, and the motherfuckers show up and sell out. But then we say that, but then he fucking sells out shows and is making 500K. Yeah. We're like, what is happening with this?
That's true. I mean, I would watch it if I was bored, but I don't know how, like, the payout works, but I don't see it being, like, a good investment to be just kind of doing these little spin-off fights of the same, like, 3 people.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see what the numbers are. So we'll have an update for everyone next week because as of the time we're doing this episode, the numbers aren't out for the pay-per-view. But yeah, I'm intrigued as well, bro. But as of right now, I'm definitely going to peep the fucking Jake Paul fight because that one on paper has the potential. And the other guy he's fighting, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but I know his background in UFC is legit. And bro, like, he knocks people the fuck out. So
nice. I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
you don't know his name?
I can't remember the name.
The dude he's fighting?
Nah, I can't. But yeah, I mean, dude, good for him. They're saying that he has the potential to make in that one fight what he's made in his entire, like, 10 or 12-year career. So
shit.
So if you have the chance to secure a bag and fuck up someone who may be, like, disrespecting your sport, like, that's just a win.
Got it. Nice. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Let's get to, like, one more topic before we get into some music. We're gonna do 2, up to you, brother. But the Yo Gotti pushback from the internet. So kind of tell people what happened because I watched the video.
I need to still watch it. Was it good?
Oh, you didn't watch the actual video?
No, I need to.
Okay, so you talk about the pushback, and then I'll talk about the actual.
Okay.
Video.
Yeah. So the pushback is that he didn't include enough Black women in his video, particularly women of a darker complexion. This happens every time a rapper does this shit, so it's not really news, but.
And just so people know, the song, funny. The video in question is Drop with DaBaby.
Yep, Drop with DaBaby. And the reason why I think it's funny is because it seems like these women, and maybe this is all they want, but I think women in general, it's like they don't want to be sexualized and want to, be treated fairly, but then when they're excluded from these...
This is like, I can see where this take is going. This is a great take. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
But then we have these raunchy ass, like, videos of girls just literally shaking their ass and being demoralized and treated like sex objects, and they get mad that people who look like them aren't in it. So I'm like, at the end of the day, what the fuck do you want? Do you want to be included in everything and take the good with the bad, or do you just want black women to only be like represented in suits and ties in these videos moving forward? Like, I just really don't. You got to pick a side. And also, Yo Gotti can have a fucking preference too. Like, don't be insecure about it just because in one video a black chick doesn't happen to be in it, or a darker one.
Or not that many, because I saw the video.
Yeah.
So I saw the video.
Okay.
There was multiple black girls. Maybe not as many darker complexion, but there were multiple black girls. So I don't think it was that extreme as like the video you sent me was. But I get the vibe. It was a bunch. It was more lighter skin, women more my tone or in between you and I. So I get it, bro. I get it. But I just love your take. So it's like, don't treat us like whores, but if you are gonna treat us like whores, make sure there's more people that look like me. Like, that is wild.
Yeah. Makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, don't call me a hoe,
seriously.
but if you're gonna call someone a hoe, they better be like, get the fuck out of here. So that's it's great. I don't know, man. So like, again, the video, so it's the videos, like, I asked for a guy, like, before to race, because I try to, like, again, I'm attracted to like all types of females. So as just a guy looking at attractive women, bro, fire video, dog. Like, the song is average, like, whatever, but the video is fire, dog. Really, like, if you just like to look at women, go watch this Yo Gotti the Baby video, because Jesus Christ. But the only pushback I will give, and I agree, if black women are feeling a kind of way about this, is, and again, I don't want to generalize anything, bro, but the only way I would give pushback on this particular topic is, I guess, if I was a darker skinned black female and I saw that video, I was like, damn, bro, there's really no one that kind of looks like me in this video, but I'm the one actually supporting this motherfucker as far as like taking his music in and like going to his concerts and buying his albums. So like, you know what I mean? Because like, bro, from afar, the girls he had in this video were kind of like light-skinned Hispanics, white girls with fat asses, which again, that's just the thing now. Like, these white girls have everything, you know what I mean? So they're probably not listening to Yo Gotti, you know what I mean? So I think if Yo Gotti took a deep dive into his demographics of who streams his shit, it is gonna be, you know, black dudes, Hispanic dudes, and then black females. So that only thing I will give, like, if like black females were actually offended by this, is like, bro, we're the ones fucking supporting you, dog. So like, you can't even have like a good representation of us in your video. That's the only part that I'm like, I can see why that would fucking affect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but I agree with everything you said, bro. Like, completely, like, yo, like, these women, like, not just black, like, women in general, like, yo, don't fucking treat me like this. How dare you fucking make me feel, you know, less than a human being. But then when they don't think they're being included, what the fuck? Why wasn't I invited? This is bullshit. It's like, bro, which one is it?
I definitely get that, what you were saying about the support. But I'm also curious what all his other videos, what the demographic of the girls in those is.
Sure,
like.
that's a good point.
If it's black women, let's say it's black women, mostly black women, 80% of the time, and then it just so happens this video, maybe DaBaby was like, yo, I want some Latina chicks in this one.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, great idea, cool. Like, why not?
Why not?
And then they're just like flaming him for that. Like, I think that's just complete bullshit. And I'm also curious what his demographic at concerts is like. I would assume it's like more less white, just because I feel like his music isn't like
dude, his, again, I have a couple Yo Gotti songs I do fuck with, but like, I can't see like that, you know, crossing over. Like, again, he's super successful, but you can be super successful just in like black culture. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need outside success to be successful. So I really don't see his, whatever he like translating to like the suburbs are fucking bumping Yo Gotti. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that happening.
True. So yeah, I mean, if they're really that upset about it, I would just tell them to put their money where their mouth is and spend their money on other artists that you know, fit whatever agenda they want to push.
But great conversation, because like I saw that video and I was like, ooh, I can see why, but like not entirely. But once you just remove that like commentary, like, bro, that video is fire. Just like, if you're a guy that wants to watch like fucking gorgeous women for 3 minutes, bro, fire, bro, fire.
And that's the thing too. The video thing I sent you, the dude was like, yo, he didn't make this video for black women to watch. He made it for just men in general to watch. So if
Yeah.
anyone should complain, maybe black men, but the women, like in a video, for a video like that, the women unfortunately don't really have much of a say because they're not the ones who it's geared towards.
Yeah, dude. You know what's wild though? Like even in the midst of this conversation and seeing the video, so obviously, you know, I'm an avid basketball fan. So there's a couple like NBA players in the league who's like their dads are former players and stuff like that. And it's just wild that the majority of them are half black, half white. Like, dude, without like I'm telling you, like 95% of them. Like it's just so I can see again, like dude, we're not talking about something that's not been spoken about before on a much deeper level, right? That's why I think really is the gripe of like the African American woman. It's like, bro, like we're not even being appreciated by our own men. So like I can, you know, like from that way, I kind of get it, bro. Like you're like, you know, America already fucking hates us, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like it's already harder for us here. We're not from here. So we're trying to do our best. And then even our own men are like, well, let me try this thing. Kind of, you know what I mean? So like, I kind of get it. Because it kind of just keeps pushing that narrative. But again, to your point, everyone's entitled for their preference. So if Yo Gotti has that preference, if women are the baby, like I get it. Like, but I can see why if a black female saw this, like really, you're like, really, man? Like, so I get it. But dude, like I'm telling you, I've been watching the NBA that like, and I'm like, as more and more like, you know, older players get old, I'm like, bro, like, yo, this motherfucker, he's half white. Oh, he's also half white. I'm like, bro, like,
it's that whole status symbol shit. I mean, I'm sure these guys are genuinely attracted to the
100%.
girls
it's not even
impregnated.
attractive. They love these people, right? Like they love these women. Like I'm not saying like, oh, it's a white girl with a fat ass, I have to marry her. Just no, they love these women. But it's just funny to me. Like I'm like, oh, she's half white. Oh, he's also half white. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, if you're from the hood and you haven't been around that, and then all of a sudden you're around some super attractive white girls, like you're just gonna fucking be hypnotized by it.
Yeah. So again, check out the video. Song's average, but definitely won't be on Heat of the Week. But definitely a fun video to peep if you have some downtime.
For sure.
All right, man. We got a couple other topics, but is there anything like pressing that you want to touch upon, or should we just save it for another episode?
Yeah, we can save it.
Cool. So before we get to Heat of the Week, we do have some things I'm excited about for Friday. The Culture 3. Dude, the fucking cover art looks like we made it. You know what I mean? Like it just I'm like, bro, like come on. It's just like,
you gotta look at it right now.
It's their three faces, but like a little bit of like Offset, a little bit of me of Quavo, a little bit of like Takeoff. I'm like, bro, this is the most creative we could come up.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? I could definitely make that right now.
Right now, bro, on fucking Instagram, like with their little bullshit editing thing. But I am excited for it, bro. Like, I think out of all three of them, it's wild to say this, but I think like Quavo probably needs this to be a hit the most because Takeoff seems like he doesn't really care about the celebrity light. Like, I think people kind of respect him for when he does rap. Like, oh, this guy's pretty good. And then Offset's a fucking star. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like from Cardi B to like whatever feature he hops on, like it's not like Quavo. Exactly, bro. Like any fucking Offset feature, like, bro, it's gonna be a hit. Whereas Quavo, like, yo, he might be featured on it, but like if he's not really singing on the hook, you're like, kind of a thing. So I really think Quavo, because you know, think about it, bro, like the Migos really haven't been it for like a good like minute, 3 or 4 years, you know? So yeah, Culture 2 dropped, I want to say like early 2017. So it's been a minute, dog. So yeah, out of all three of them, I think Quavo really needs this shit to be a hit, especially because black women hate him because it's fucking the Suede thing.
Yeah.
So like, So
yeah, I agree with that. I've kind of lost interest in the Migos music, or just like them as a group for a minute, because they haven't really been doing much. They had that one song they performed at the Logan Paul fight, but like even that, I was like, this is cool, but it's in typical Migos track, but still not enough for me to be fucking super excited for Culture 3. But I hope it slaps. One, I like a lot of their older stuff, and two, I think we just need some good music, especially for this summer. So looking forward to it. I hope
Drake featured Drake's the second song on the album. They're like, yo, we wasted no time. You better like this shit for the jump. You know what I mean? Like, let's not hide this shit in the middle. Like, yo, right away. But and also I think the expectation also comes because like if you're gonna call the culture 3, like that, those first 2 albums were classics. So if you're gonna bring this into the mix and make it a part of that like dynasty, then it has to come correct.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool, man. All right, let's get into it. Heat of the Week, episode 76. What song stood out to you was over the weekend, man? Like obviously I know there's a lot of music being played throughout multiple points of your weekend, so let me know.
Yeah, my favorite by far, I sent this to you, was I Won by Ty Dolla $ign, Jack Harlow, and 24 Golden. It's off the new Fast and Furious soundtrack. I don't know when they're going to stop making these fucking movies, but the soundtracks are always amazing, though.
Was it good? I didn't get a chance to go through the whole soundtrack.
I don't know if the soundtrack's out. I just know it's part of it, and it was one of the singles released from it.
Okay.
So it seems like they're almost treating it like a real album.
That's dope. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, it's dope.
Well, it kind of makes sense, like not to release it too much because you kind of want people to hear it maybe for the first time, like in the movie, kind of a thing.
Yeah, especially because the movie doesn't come out for I think 2 weeks.
Yeah, it might even be July, to be honest.
Yeah. But I don't know. Jack Harlow's verse was just absolute fire. Like
nice.
He's one of those people where you could tell like the industry's pushing him, but you're afraid that it's going to be too much and he's not going to deliver. But it seems like every time he's like shoved into something,
he shows up,
over delivers, shows up and does his thing. And like hands down, probably like one of the best verses I heard this entire year.
Nice.
He just crushed it. And it was like so effortless too. And didn't seem like he was trying hard. Ty Dolla $ign, of course, crushed the hook. 24K Golden, who I don't listen to too much, even crushed his part. So overall, super fire track. I think that they made a good choice in making that like the single for the soundtrack. Yeah.
What's the name of the song again?
I Win.
I Win. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. All right, we'll definitely add that.
Sorry, I Won.
I Won. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely add that to the playlist. Check it out too. Oh yeah, hopefully the whole soundtrack's fire though, bro. Because usually they are pretty good, which is wild. And we've been talking about this in the past. Like, you really don't get like good soundtracks anymore. But that's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Dude, I keep bringing up Bad Bunny, but this motherfucker don't miss. So like, I don't care.
The one you posted.
Yeah, the one I posted. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, again, I promise you, we'll go back to like discovering new artists. But like, when shit's hot, like, I'm not gonna lie to people and say, "Oh, I was listening to this guy who has like 5 views." Like, nah, bro. I'm listening to the hot shit. You know what I mean? So this is his second release after his comeback, which again, he was only gone for like 3 months. But even that, we're so used to him like just putting out shit constantly. But this song is called. It's a Japanese words. I'm gonna butcher it. It's not Spanish, so don't fucking come at me. It's called Yonaguni. Okay. The song is about, first of all, the beat's phenomenal. I need to check out the video. I fucked up. I want to talk about the video, but I'll check the video after this. But Yonaguni, the song is about him just like, he knows he shouldn't be thinking about his ex, but whenever he gets drunk, he just thinks about her. And like just the catchy phrases he throws in, and it's just phenomenal. But the best part of this, and the reason why, I don't know what Yonaguni means, I'm sure it's about something similar, but the outro, he's rapping in Japanese. And he throws in random Japanese words throughout the song. But then in the outro, he gives it a good like 8 seconds of him just singing / rapping in Japanese. Like,
but it's like full sentences. It's not just like
full sentences. He's not
sushi and like shit.
He's saying that like whatever it means something, bro. Yeah, 100%. So again, these guys are pretty deep and intellectual. I'm sure it actually means exactly the context of the full song. But yeah, bro, because usually he just he ends the song like Bad Bunny, baby, but then he stopped and then went into like literally like Japanese lyrics. I was like, this motherfucker, like you don't miss, dog. You don't miss. You don't miss.
So he's not retired then?
Nah, he's back, though. He's fully back. Fully back. Yeah. And I hope up in an album this summer or maybe towards the end of the year. But bro, this song, like, I played the other one before last week 100 times. This one was over and over again, bro. Like, yeah, dude. I was almost speaking Japanese by the end of this shit. I was like, I'm fucking get this shit down.
All right, that's good to know. When I saw the song title, I I just assumed it was in Spanish for some reason. Well,
No,
not for some
I'm
reason,
like,
but
bro, I'm like 98% sure that's a Japanese word.
Oh, it has to be, especially if
yeah.
he's speaking Japanese in the song. Like
Exactly.
yeah.
In the end, he's speaking it. Yeah, because like because obviously, like, I mean, I speak Spanish fluently, but there's a couple of times like when he says certain words where I'm like, oh, is he just like making up shit? But I'm like, oh, that's a different language. You know what I mean? So like,
for sure.
But it's dope. So I'll definitely add it to the playlist. I already posted it on the gram over the weekend because that was just the vibe I was on. I was like, bro, this is it. What's funny, bro, and I think we may have to go back and reactivate our TikTok account. Is like, bro, I said this to my friend, and she's like, bro, I've been on that shit since like 2 days ago. And I'm just like, excuse me, bitch, this came out like 24 hours ago. Like, what do you mean? It's like, yo, it's on TikTok. Like, there's already a dance for it. I already know Japanese. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers are like discovering music on that? Like, that's crazy to me. So we may have to go back on that shit to find some new up-and-coming artists.
Yeah, TikTok is oddly like the new wave for artist discovery. And it's to the point where like the labels are paying these like 14-year-olds to do dances and shit to popular songs.
Bro, again, and kudos to him.
Or to make
I mean, it's not a coincidence that Soulja Boy knew that, and he had his first #1 song in like 10 years because he figured if I make a catchy song about ass cheeks, it's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, he's really like internet guru or goat. Like I know he jokes around and like exaggerates a lot of the shit, but like he really is good with what he does.
Yo, the best for me is always gonna be like the video of him like in the interview. Then he tried to come at me and I shot him.
Oh yeah. I was actually on my brother's page and he my brother Rayso, and he had posted around that time someone created like an animation of it.
Oh really?
And when you like listen to him and look at the animation, like it's just 10 times more ridiculous than like how it sounds.
Yeah, and I love how like the guy interviewing him was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah." They came back and I shot him again. I was like, "Bro."
And somehow didn't go to jail at all.
Didn't go to jail, bro. Living his best life still. Got his hair back and everything. Shout out to young Draco. All right, man. That's it. Episode 76 in the books. Let the people know where they can find us and what we got going on.
Yes, sir. You can catch us at audio-theory.com. We're on all major streaming platforms. If you'd like to stay tuned with the Heat of the Week selections, we also have a Spotify playlist as well as Apple Music playlist on the website as well. So be sure to check that out. In terms of upcoming stuff, you can obviously catch our episodes on a weekly basis. So tune into the site. And we're also still working on figuring out who our next batch of interviews will be.
But it's coming. Obviously, it's coming, people.
Yeah, it's coming. And obviously we want to be smart about who we go with in terms of finding interesting people. But if you have any ideas and you're listening, shoot them our way and we'll review them.
Absolutely, my dude. Well, again, I'm glad the celebration of life for Rezo went well, bro. You needed that. The family needed it. So God bless you and them. Love you, bro. Have fun in Mexico. Is that this weekend?
Yep, this weekend.
All right, be safe out there, and we'll catch up when you're back.
For sure, man. Peace.
Peace.